So Meltdown originally started at video game tournaments such as StarCraft, um, CS:GO, those big events, and they did something called Barcraft, which was they had part of the venue where they would set up the bar and everyone basically just get drunk after the tournament. Eventually, they wanted to find a permanent home, so they opened one in Paris. That was the very first one. I think that was, I want to say that was 2012, and then the one in London opened in 2013.
Yeah, man. Got five from work. That's bad, dramatic. Can you just say you're alright? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Meltdown is definitely a bar first and foremost. It is walking that line between pub and bar in the same way that, you know, if you go to a sports bar, you know, you'll have people watching the most recent games on screens, watching like, you know, Arsenal versus Manchester. For us, it's exactly the same, except instead of football teams, we might be watching, you know, the League of Legends World Finals or the Dota Finals, or, you know, just weekly events like on CS:GO, Blast Premiers, all that sort of stuff. You can catch on the screens here.
Yeah.
Whilst also, I would say as well that whilst it is a lot about the eSports and, you know, having people to watch those things with, a lot of people do come down here just to be with a like-minded crowd who grew up with games and, you know, love games. I think it is definitely a place where people find a bit of community. For me myself, there was a point where I decided, you know, if I'm going to keep playing video games, I'm going to do it competitively and socially. So when I was in Brighton at the time, I found my local fighting game scene. So Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, those are the big names in that genre. And I wanted to do that, but where I could actually meet people and also kind of compete in a bit more of a meaningful way. So for me, Meltdown kind of fills that role as well. But you also get people who come down here just to take in the atmosphere. You know, when there's a tournament going on, people are popping off, they're getting excited. There's a lot to be had here if you're a social person.
And they was really just not pushing their advantage. Stay very high and tall. A pixel out of place. A frame later.
The most popular game is probably, I mean, we have PlayStation 4s, PCs, and we offer monitors for people to hook up their own switches and things like that. I think the most popular games here are League of Legends, Super Smash Bros, CS:GO, Valorant, League of Legends. No, all the most popular esports games are kind of reflected here in our customer base, I'd say. The biggest challenges for me are keeping up with the events calendar. We try to do so many things that, you know, we do have our regularly scheduled things, like every Monday is a Smash Bros tournament. Every Friday we do a League of Legends 2v2. There are things like karaoke, which are like bi-weekly, but there's all these little events in between where we need to reach out to communities, let them know that we can give them the space for free, give them the equipment for free. It's sort of making sure that there's always something happening, because if there's not a tournament or an event, it is just an esports bar. But once you have those events in, you can tell there's a community, you can tell there's excitement, there's, you know, energy in the room. It's keeping that energy in the room which is important to Meltdown.